Hello everybody, today is Tuesday the 6th of October and it is 7:30 in the morning. Tilly woke me up, it was a bit annoying. She sat on my chest and bit me very hard, my hand, and then I got up at some point. Yesterday I put up those lights. I had that light thingy on the ground for a bit and it doesn't really show that well like that. Now hung it up. So good morning. So there are the lights. It has a switch, it's very handy. And I am glad I have some, I need some lights. I'm scared in the dark. Oh, that is here. It is now 3:15 and I did laundry in the morning. And now I stumbled across a YouTube video where somebody made croissants and my hand's aching somehow. And now I thought I might try that too because I just had lunch and I fancy a croissant. And I do it very differently than it is on the video because one should take 2 days to make that and also dial down the measurements. So she made 8 huge croissants and I'm going for the third of the amount, and I can show you what I have. Under this damp towel I have a little dough lump which has to be under the damp towel for 10 minutes, and it is flour, sugar, salt, yeast, water and milk, and I will add the ingredients later, the amount of it. And then after 10 minutes I will have to knead butter into it. Or I can go with the original recipe. So it's 600 grams of flour, 66 grams of sugar, and it's converted from cups to 2 grams. So that's why the weird measurements are there. And I also, rounded it down or up a bit. 12 grams of salt, 7 grams of yeast, 200 grams of water, 120 grams of whole milk or something, and 55 grams of butter. And I took a third of each, so 200 grams of flour and so on. And yeah, this is 20 grams of butter, which will go in there. And later on, well, it is very complicated to make that. So I would have to start with a lump of dough and then add the butter to that. And then put that aside and let that prove a bit. And put it in a fridge and stuff, but I leave that stuff out, which is very important to do when you make croissants, but mine won't be perfect. So. And then I will have to prepare a butter sheet, and they take parchment paper first, make a little package, and later on they wrap it in foil or something. I just put it in a bag here, and I'm going to take my rolling pin and try to make a square out of that. And this will be, and then I have to refrigerate that stuff, and from then on, it's a lot about refrigerating between each step and letting the dough rest, which I will not do. So it might turn out horrible, but that's as far as I am. So now I'm trying to make a square with the butter. And here is my little sheet of butter, which I will now put into the fridge. And there's a hair on it. But it's outside, not in the thingy. She would even put it in the freezer. So I'm just pointing out what's different. And it's not very clean here. What was it? Oh yeah, she also, the one who showed it, works so precisely. She makes a very neat square and stuff. Apparently it's important for something. I don't know really. I don't do that. And it's 10 minutes for which I had that dough lump resting. So now I'm going to work the butter in. So here I have my small ball of dough. And at first I thought it's way too much butter. I just had a butter mess in there. And it's set to knead it for 8 to 12 minutes. I did about 4 or something. And the dough should not be sticky at all. And the difference to before is before it was very crumbly. And now it's smooth. And she makes a cross in it. She has a better knife. So it can rise on those points and kind of open those edges. Well, maybe I haven't kneaded it enough. Just kind of making a cross. It helps her to make a square shape later on. And now I put it in a plastic bag, and I always use them again later on as my, oh, it's so messy here, as my real garbage bags. So I use them twice. And I wait for it to double its size. And then, yeah, I diverse from the recipe. And if that works out and I'll try it again to do that, then I would film it properly. Right now I just trying to show it to you. But not in a proper way because I don't want to get the tripod out and things. Because then I wouldn't do it at all. And I just did my dishes because my washing machine is broken. It doesn't stop the heater somehow, so it makes weird noises even when it's not on. So I unplugged it and I'm doing my dishes by hand until I can bother to call the property management and tell them about it or not. I'm happy I can do it. I was able to do that for a week or two already to kind of keep it clean, which is actually better than before. Yeah, so that's that. Now I take a break. So this didn't rise a lot, but I still go on now, and I will make a square which is about double the size, same width but longer, and then I try to fold the butter in and do the stuff. Let's see what happens when one doesn't take enough time to do it. So this is my shape. And I also made it thinner than it should be. So I do pretty much everything differently than it should be. It's a cool dough though. It's very flexible. You ripped it there. I didn't make it too thin, so it's gonna be a problem. And I tried to take out the butter, put it on it. Not bad. Butter. Voila. And now I need to fold it to the middle and to the middle. Shouldn't overlap. And now I turn it like that, and I will roll it out.
You won't do too much.
And now I fold it into the middles. I want you to chill it now or later. And then I flap it over. Now I turn it like that. Now I should chill it. And I do that one more time. And now I fold it into the middle. Like three-thirds it. Now I should chill it again. But I'm going to prepare the croissants. So I roll it out one more time. It's very cool. Yeah. And I shouldn't do like that, I guess. I just broke it. Won't you chill it again? Don't want to do that though. See, I broke a layer. Now it's coming out here. I didn't pay attention to the end of the video. I need to chill it. Just put it in parchment paper and put it into razor. Oops, so I just left it for a bit because I can't wait, and trying to roll it out somehow. But my dough is broken. Maybe I put some flour up here. I also have air bubbles, which one should just sting open. Maybe we just push it down. Okay, because my layers are too thin, I think. You know, it already looks better here. And it needs the resting and the cooling, so I don't know why the cooling, but the resting is good for that it doesn't pull itself together when you roll it out. Which is a bit my problem here. Maybe just push it down. I don't roll it out, just push technique. Just trying to make small ones. You can see my layers. Looks like a cake piece. I just roll it up. It's gonna be a very fat croissant. Roll that up. And you need to rest it on the tip or it will unfold again. And it doesn't have to be a croissant shape. Just rolling it up somehow. Voila. So here are my things, and I put them on a baking tray, and then I let them proof. I did heat up the oven, and I will switch it off again, just to have it a bit warm. And I hope they prove a bit, because I didn't do that before. Okay, so they rose a bit, not much. They fell more. Now I'm preheating the oven to 190 degrees. And I guess it's gonna turn out awful. So there's a reason why one should chill it and wait. And I just didn't want to. One needs 2 days to do that, not 3 hours. And here's what happens when you don't do it properly. You have a soup of butter, and they don't rise really, but they smell good. It smells like butter, and still gonna eat them. They turned out all right. One bakes them for about 20 minutes in 190 degrees Celsius or 375 Fahrenheit, something like that. Yeah. Now I took it out, also a bit too early. Also, I did not glaze it with anything, so it does look different. You can see the layers, and the butter comes out because it wasn't cold enough and it didn't have time to rest and stuff. So, yeah. And it might be doughy. It's too hot to try. So, tastes alright. It's a bit too hot to eat it normally, so I just cut it apart. And it's good. Tastes good. I might try it again. Also, I have a tiny freezer, and one needs that too, so I would have to prepare it better. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one. It tastes very good, so I just wanted to add that.